And we are back. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to App Stupid. Let's get after it. But before we do, let's get into a rap break. Somebody give me a beat. What up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios, and we pushing another rap album this month, ETDS, a mixtape by IDK, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Devil's Dope, P.O.'s alright, I like P.O. Start to finish, yeah, STF is wow. It is wild. Scary Mary. And that's got Conductor Williams from Griselda. He did the beat. Crazy. Cell Block Freestyle. Life for a Life. And everyone knows. IDK EDTS, a mixtape by IDK. In stores now. Yo, shout out to IDK doing this thing. We thought it was dope. Boy's out here working, man. He's out here working. So we're going to leave the world of the National Basketball Association and turn our eyes to college football and Coach Prime. Call him Coach Fines. Yeah, Deon Sanders has implemented a new system to hold his players accountable, taking their NIL money. Now, he will now issue fines for attendance violations, and good for him. We told you, looking at the recruiting class and the transfers, that Coach Prime is maturing as a coach. And this is much more on that level. If you're going to establish a championship culture, you have to have accountability. You just have to have it. The fee structure is different. If you miss practice, that's $2,500. If you're late, that's $500. But honestly, nobody should be missing practice. Nobody should be missing practice, period. The fact that you just are now putting your foot down is really mystifying to me. Like, how much of a shit show was it in Colorado if you have to establish this policy? How much of a shit show was it if you have to establish this policy? And it has to be written up in the contracts of the NIL of the kids, letting them know beforehand so you couldn't spring this on them. This is what's expected of you. But anytime that you're a coach and you're trying to set the tone for guys to hold themselves accountable, then let's be real. What the hell? What in the hell is going on? And I mean, a complete breakdown of the fees and charges that Coach Prime is dropping this year. Again, we mentioned late to the meetings, late to the film sessions is going to run you $400. No show meetings or film sessions is $2,000. Who is no showing a film study? Who is no showing a film study? Wow. If you're not even, because film study is where you get better. Film study is where you study your opponent, what they like to do. You get to study how they like to call checkdowns at the line. If you're on defense, if you're on offense, you want to go ahead and look for your opponent's weakness on defense. Can I exploit the secondary? Can we exploit some of these tackles? Can we open up a line and look at, hey, they give up this many yards going left, they give up this many yards going right. I mean, that's the pugilism of what you do. Who's skipping that? Late to strength and conditioning training, $1,000. Oh, wow. No show strength and get no showing. Really? No showing. Late to treatments, $1,000. Oh my goodness. No shoulder treatments, $1,500. Again, I like what he's doing. The rigid fee structure of discipline, hitting these guys' pockets. Shit, I don't know about you, but any money missing out of my check pisses me off. In addition, Colorado players could be fined $2,500 for violation of team rules and could be fined up to $5,000 for public/social media misconduct. Both are based on severity. Yeah, that part. That part. If you're out here doing dumb shit on social media that's going to tarnish the view of the university, yeah, he's going to crack the hammer on you. You should be on social media anyway. I don't get this generation sometimes. Guys will lose and then go straight to social media and then want to look at videos and everything. Hell no. Internalize that loss, man. You just lost, especially if you had a shit game or you barely got any clock. Now you're frustrated because you're like, I want to compete for playing time. I want to compete. I want to put myself, well, okay, don't miss film study. Okay, what can you do? You got to be the first guy in the room and the last guy to leave. That's just how that works. I think the competitiveness of some of these kids have just dropped out. Or the eras have changed. I mean, you're dealing in a sport where, yes, it's a team sport, but it's a team full of alphas. Your linebacking core has a captain. Your defensive line has a captain. The corners have a captain. Guys showing you, leading the way, being the example, and the fact that none of this has dawned on anybody. Again, championship culture starts from the top down. The new behaviors that he's putting together has got to be great. Now, Colorado welcomes 41 new players into the program from the NCAA transfer portal, as well as early enrollees from 2026 recruiting class. So you have to set the level of expectations from the start. The coach filters down to the captains and the captains, so on and so forth. That's how that's done. I like it. Now, during the meeting, players were introduced to each of their coaches, introducing both coordinators, Brennan Marion and Robert Livingston. Coach Prime, he spoke to his team. And I have no issue with what Coach Prime told the kids. I have no problem with what Deon told these kids. He said, I'm supposed to have 100-something men, but not everyone's a man right now. But through this process, and that's what I love, the process. I'm really not in love with the results. I'm in love with the process. I like the struggle. I like the journey. We're in the process right now. He's talking like a guy who came from a smaller program that got on the big stage, and he's bringing his philosophy with him. He's bringing a system that he believes in, that he has to have players that bought in 100%. Like I said, when we looked at Colorado's recruiting class, it told me, hey, look, he's not just chasing guys because of rankings. He's getting kids that fit his system. He's going to have an influx of transfers. That's true. But for the most part, he's going after grit. He's going after guys who know how to play. And for what it's worth, he's following a Kurt Signetti model. But Deon went on to say, I need men. I don't need boys. I don't need blamers. I don't need naysayers. I don't need cliques who exclude the team, who talk about the program negatively. I'm not having that this year. So that's what you had last year. And that goes and reflects the record. Anytime you got people who sit up here and talk behind the team and little guys get together and say, I hate this coach, that coach, and the third, these guys, they ruin the team. They ruin the locker room. They take the heart out of the fight. And for him to say, I'm not having that. I'm not having that this year. Ain't no way in the world, because we're winning whether you like it or not. Amen to that, coach. And define expectations and lead men. That's what coaching's all about. And we told you this before this story even dropped. Deon Sanders is a change coach. He's maturing. He's out here giving you nuance, and he's out here showing dimensions. And it's levels to that. I love where he said he's in the process, because most of these kids, they come to you pre-baked. And when you get a kid who's pre-baked versus a kid you had to build, you put in him that work ethic. You put in him those expectations. You challenged him, and he actually competed and rose to that challenge. When you get a pre-baked kid, he comes with his own bad habits. He comes with bad habits, and sometimes you got to break those bad habits, and that might take you more than 2 weeks. It might take you more than a month. It might take you more than 2 months. But at the end of the day, is it really worth the headache? And right now, Coach Prime is looking like, no, it's not worth the headache. This is what we want. This is how this is going to be done. Shout out to him. Look, if you're a Colorado fan, you know the drill. Get in the comments. It's your boy, Big Vern. Yeah, you know what it is. Y'all know the drill. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. We talk back. It's your boy, Big Vern. We'll be back.